What up, y'all? It's currently 9 a.m. This is about 16, 20 hours post operation, I'd say. And pretty much I'm gonna get on here and just talk about pain, how I'm dealing with this, how I'm handling my recovery process pretty much. And yeah, so pretty much yesterday I ended up getting my labrum, my posterior labrum fixed. I ended up getting 4 anchors put in to glue it back down pretty much. And I gotta say, it's not the worst pain. If you've ever leaned up against your shoulder for too long and then you've like let go of it, if that makes sense. Like when you get up after leaning on your hand for too long or on your shoulder and you get that pain, it's pretty much that constantly. It's like that horrible, it's pretty bad. I could definitely deal with this without medicine. With the medicine, they prescribe me hydrocodone or whatever. So it helps a lot. I haven't been taking enough of it though, like I should have been, which is why I still have the pain like I do. But pretty much I was prescribed to take 1 to 2 every 6 hours as needed. And so I've only been taking 1 every 6 hours. I'm about to start taking 2 though as soon as my next thing comes, but my next round of pills that I need to take. So pretty much, how I'm looking at this, I'm actually glad, I'm proud that I got this surgery. When it came to me weightlifting and bodybuilding, I wasn't really able to lift how I used to be. Every time I'd protract my scapula, go forward with it in like a row, I'd get a pop, an uncomfortable popping sensation, and like something's just popping in and out of place almost. Like that's what it feels like. That's what it felt like. And now, I'm at the point where so now that it's back down, now I gotta recover and everything, but all of this should be gone. I couldn't raise my hand over my head anymore without pain, or like if I did lat pull downs or shoulder press, like I'd have to keep it tucked. I'd only do quarter reps pretty much. I used to be able to fully extend all the way up to the top, really get that nice contraction and stretch at the bottom. But if you've seen my last post where you could see in the lat pull downs, I was going like here to here. Lat pull down, I used to really be able to get that stretch up here to really help stimulate muscle growth, which you can still build muscle without it, but it's not nothing that I wanted to live with. And, I'd get pain with pressing movements too, push-ups, even rows, I'd still get pain. But it's just a lot worse when I'm going overhead. And one thing I want to mention is, I know that this was the right thing to do. And let me see, let me move this. Pretty much now I'm at the point where I want to bodybuild, so everything, this is gonna help in the long run. And I want to talk about the operation. So pretty much I went in and I ended up I probably sat there for like 2 hours, before I ended up getting anything done. Like they did my blood work and all that, probably 20 minutes in or so. But the operation before me was taking longer than expected, so I had to wait a bit longer. But I ended up going in, and by the time it was probably about 2 hours in, they ended up telling me about they're gonna put a nerve block in my neck and all that, which they literally just have you turn your head like this. He did an ultrasound on it, because pretty much that nerve block, it runs and it numbs this whole arm, top to bottom, even the hand too. You could see my hand yesterday's video was a lot more swollen than it is now. And I couldn't even move my finger. Like I could do this a little bit with one of my fingers, and then eventually I could do it with like three, then the whole one. Then I was able to like make a fist like this. I couldn't do a tight fist like this, but I could do a loose one. And pretty much, yeah, he ended up telling me, I was asking if I was going to be saying some crazy stuff, off the anesthesia. They pretty much told me everybody responds differently. But after the procedure, I ended up asking, and he said that I was knocked out. I didn't say anything, which that was good. But, yeah, they ended up telling me. And I remember the last thing I remember was him getting ready to put the anesthesia in. Or I think it was the nerve block is what I remember. And he gave me some sleeping medicine too. It'll make you feel sleepy. Not the anesthesia, but it's something before that. It's some sleep medicine or whatever. And pretty much, yeah, I ended up just, I was asleep. The next thing I noticed, I was literally in the ER, right? My eyes were still closed. It's almost like I had sleep paralysis, but I think I could have opened them. I just wasn't ready to yet. Because I was having, I got a good ass nap. I probably went in to get the procedure done 12. It was probably about 11, 12 o'clock when they started doing surgery on me. I didn't wake up till like 4. So got a real nice nap in. But as far as the pain goes, I'd say it's a good solid, without the medication. Like I woke up at 4 a.m. In the middle of the night. I don't think this is what woke me up. I think that's just my natural circadian rhythm. Like I usually wake up in the middle of the night. And I ended up taking some more hydrocodone. I took 1 tablet, like I said, but it says take 1 to 2 every 6 hours. I was only taking 1. I think if I'd have took the 2, it would have felt a lot better. And really the second time, like when I took that tablet at 4 a.m., I couldn't even feel it. The first time though, when I first took it at like 10 p.m., 9:45, 10 p.m. last night, it, I definitely felt dizzy. It was at the point where, like it felt like my mind felt fine. Maybe a slight head change, but it felt like my body was moving side to side, wiggling side to side. Like I just got down spinning in circles, and I also want to mention that I wasn't allowed to smoke for 72 hours before this, or that's what it was recommended at least, so I didn't. I really wanted to. I got a couple cravings for the reefer, the green stuff, but I ended up making it through that. That wasn't, by the third day it was already beat. I already beat it in my mind. And I already had the day planned out, and it went by pretty quick. I was looking forward to the surgery, so by this time but I'm gonna go back to the operation. So I ended up waking up literally like they do in the movies. They just come out of nowhere and wake up. Like that's what it felt like almost. And pretty much I got I was already bandaged up. I do recall them putting my cast on. Like I could hear what they were saying and shit while they were putting my cast on. But again, my eyes were still closed. And when I woke up, I could definitely feel the anesthesia still. Like I was a little nauseous, a little dizzy. Not like spinning around in circles dizzy, but I'd say more of a nausea feeling. And next thing you know, I'm uh, getting ready to get changed, waiting on my ride to get there. And then I ended up getting sent home, right? And now, now my pain right here, like I need to take 2 pills. Like it's a solid 8. And I say, like, it's really bad. I could see why some people could, um, you know, think it's really bad, like cry over it and stuff. I wouldn't. It's not that horrible. I don't think I've ever had pain this bad consistently. But like a simple, like I said, leaning into the shoulder. Like if you ever sat like that for a really long time, or how if you've ever slept like this with your hand, or you sitting down like this, your wrist gets that pain. That's pretty much what I feel in my shoulder. Or if you've ever had a shoulder impingement, it's like that, worse pain. Or if you've ever stretched your shoulder like this really deeply, you had something wrong with it, like you could feel something wasn't right. It's like that consistent 24/7 pain. And until you take the medication, of course. I think when I take these 2 tablets here in the next hour or so, it's gonna help a lot more. But I'm glad. Again, I'm glad that I decided to do this surgery. Because I know in 5 months down the line, it's gonna benefit me a lot more. I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait till after Christmas to do this, but no, I'm figured. The next date that I could have went was January 10th in Springfield, or I had the choice of doing yesterday, December 17th, in Decatur, pretty much. For all of you Illinois people, you know where that is. But I ended up doing that, taking that at first, because at first I told the doctor, like, preferably something after January, after New Year's. But I'm like, it ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? I got time. I got a lot of time ahead of me. And it's not going to make no difference whether I can, use my left arm at Christmas time or not. It's not. I'd rather get it done 3 weeks earlier so I can get out, get recovered 3 weeks earlier than to wait 3 weeks. Because, in that 3 weeks, I can that's 3 weeks of putting on lost muscle, or 3 weeks of cutting down for a competition, that I'm going to benefit a lot more if I just get it done, And I've been looking for, like, I knew something's been wrong with my shoulder for months. It's been, I don't know if it was my shoulder at the beginning. I don't know if I did this, if this was an overuse injury, or if this was like, what's it called? Oh shit. I'm about to finish this video later. I'll be back, get this later, and talk more on this.